Look, the standard for the silver and black has changed, and frankly, some guys on this roster didn't get the memo. Today we're putting names on the board. This is the Raiders hit list, and for these 10 players, the message is simple. Step up or step out. One of these names on this list is going to absolutely shock you. Let's talk about who's on the chopping block. Welcome to Bart. Next stop, Sizzle Seat Street.
Which team, by colors alone, is identifiable around the world?
The autumn wind is a Raider.
Which team, by slogan, commitment to excellence?
Pillaging just for fun.
Just win, baby.
He'll knock you round.
All those things
Then upside down
are the Raiders.
and laugh when he's conquered and won.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win.
He's blowing up. Raiders!
Just win, baby.
Yo, what's going on, nation? Good to see ya.
Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy Black, the quarterback. And I'm in the hizzle for shizzle with my nizzle, Pizzle, Washington. Yeah. So today we going in. I have a hit list. This is a hit list, an official hit list, Black's hit list. Pizzle may agree or not, but he has his own hit list. But we're going to collaborate. We're going to go from top to bottom. I have 10, from 10 down to 1. And 1 being the person who needs to go or pay attention right now. These are nothing but players that we're watching right now. And if they, in this coming season, they need to step up or step out. You already know how we doing now, how we doing things in the nation now. Either you perform or you go kick rocks. So let's see who popped in already early. Alfredo, what's good? What's good with Alfredo? Raiders first down. Thanks for hacking in. Let's get it. Let's get it. So this list, like I said, it's a list of players that need to perform this year. They need to handle their business or they no longer need to be on the roster. And if you're going to be shocked, maybe about 1 or maybe 2, but for sure 1. So let's see if you guys can see who that is and see if you agree. All right, let's get to the list, though. Let's dive right in. Number 10, Mau. Now, Mau is one of my favorites, and I'll put him on this list because he is in a contract year. He definitely needs to step up because he played out of position last year, so now people seem to not think that he has a value, but he also has competition with Chin. He is a veteran at this point, or he has enough starts under his belt to understand what's going on. And presumably, if they put him at strong safety again, he needs to show up when he's on the field because Jeremy Chin is not letting go of that position. And the Raiders will have to make a decision about him this year... So, Mau is number 10 on this list for me. Number 9, Malcolm Koonce. Now, Mau is is one of my favorites, and I'll put him on this list because he is in a contract year. He definitely needs to step up because he played out of position last year, so now people seem to not think that he has a value, but he also has competition with Chin. He is a veteran at this point, or he has enough starts under his belt to understand what's going on. And presumably, if they put him at strong safety again, he needs to show up when he's on the field because Jeremy Chin is not letting go of that position. And the Raiders will have to make a decision about him this year. So Mau Mau is number 10 on this list for me. What you think, bro?
Yeah, he had a rough year last year for sure. He is going to be a third or fourth year guy, so but yeah, he does got to step up his some of his production, dude. We do got to do this thing. He does got to do that. That's for sure.
I mean,
Like you said, he played free safety last year. He's not really a free safety. He's a strong safety. So, but Chin is going to be there this year, no, anyway, because he's still under contract. So, I don't, you know what I mean. He puts him in a bad position. But I heard that they're playing Palomalu, Chin, and Stukes right now in the Stukes the middle or the nickel. So I heard that's what I heard they were doing in these OTAs or in this little mini camp thing that they had going on the last few days, which is pretty cool. So they're all kind of working together. They're trying to get Stukes in certain different positions so he starts understanding different stuff,
no, I was just about to say, don't be surprised if they use his experience from last year to uh, give him a little more latitude, and he might be a better piece to use now because he know what to expect. So you can put him in spot situations because it's not like he was like that terrible. He did do bad, don't get me wrong, but he has enough skill to compensate because that's all he's been doing since he entered the league. So I think that he can use that to his advantage. Maybe we can run something similar to Arizona did, have Stooks be the guy that makes sure no one blows the top off our defense, and then we have Chin closer to the box, and then Paul Mau just out there roaming around, seeing what's going on. So yeah, if they do that, I would be happy about that because I really like Paul Mau. I didn't want to put him on this list, but to be fair, he has to be on this list because this is a year that either we're gonna find a way to keep him on this team and use him, or we're gonna have to let him walk away. So Paul Mao is in a strange position because he had 100 tackles last year. So it's not like he played wholly bad because there's some good bright spots, but
Yeah, he
where
needs
are
to
you
get
going to
on his
play him?
coverage. Yeah, he needs to get on his coverage a little better. Yeah, it's a Camaro. It's a Camaro Raider crown.
Yeah, this is a live show, brother. Raider Rebel. So Paul Mao is number 10 on my list, and that's why he is number 10 because he's a wobbler. You would think that any other year without Chin, he would probably start, or he for sure would be on the team. There's no question. But it's just a strange situation that Paul Mao is in right now. So um, we're gonna go on to number 9. And if you guys agree or not in the chat, let me know. And then see if you guys can come up with some players that I may not mention, or even Pizzle may not mention.
What a Benther.
Number 9. DJ Glaze. So this is a guy. Um, he might not get kicked off the team, but he might be a piece that we can leverage. I'm not necessarily saying get rid of him, but I know that he's on the sizzle seat a little bit because his position is in question.
Right.
And if he can't hold on to that right tackle position, now he has to compete for a guard position with a bunch of hungry guys out there that's competing. So it's kind of like taking them and throwing them back in the ocean. So he could end up being the odd man out. He might could beat somebody out. But if it's close, then he's a piece that we can use. And don't be surprised if we use him in that fashion. So, and I don't like saying that because DJ Glaze could be a starter on this team. He's been a starter on this team. I'll give him his props because he was the only lineman that played all the games last year. So, but knowing the Spy Hunter, if we got leverage on something, then we're going to at least take some calls. And I'm not saying we're trading him, but I'm saying he's on that bubble with Pao Mao. That's why I have him at 9. What you think, bro?
Right on. That's cool. That's good to hear, Raider Downs. 71 Chevelles are pretty sick. I'm glad you had fun. Yeah, I think he took 2 steps back last year. He took a step forward his rookie year, but then he took 2 steps back last year. So I don't really blame him for last year, but he still's got to get his production up. What up, Willie Wayne? He's got to get on that. He's got to. I don't know if these guys are working in the off season or not. With the money that they're making, they should be working all year round, bro. Like I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, but yeah, I just like to see him, get that that twist down, dude.
Oh, the stunt.
Yeah, the stunt, because these guys,
it's kind of twist too sometimes. Yeah,
but they stunted and twisted on us all year last year, bro, because we couldn't stop it. Someone's got to figure that shit out, bro. Like, I don't know how you're the defensive or the offensive guy and the offensive coach, line coach, and you're watching the film every week, because you got to watch the film and you got to be watching them pull the same stunt game in and game out. So that's just frustrating to your boy, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure they get it coached. It's not like it's oblivious to them. What ends up happening in the game itself, they disguise it, or they might not do it all the time, or they don't do it, and then they start doing it because they already figured out how you're blocking already. Because it's not like we had an intricate blocking system, because we barely could even go block the men that's like next to them, because you could tell by our pre-snaps and the alignment that I was this tight end about to get this DN, but the tight end is on the outside of the DN, and then so the left tackle blocked down. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to make these sophisticated blocking schemes. It's not going to work, So, and then the defense, they see that, and then they're like, okay, cool. They're gonna adjust for that, and then all they have to do is stunt now, like you said, because they think they're blocking one thing, and then they bring in somebody else from the other side. But the frustrating part that I do agree with you with was having a game in and game out. Like, you didn't even make any in-game adjustments. So it is very, very frustrating.
I was just watching. I just kept watching it all year long. I was like, when are they going to stop that? They haven't stopped it yet all year. That's why they kept doing it, because they're going to do it until you stop it, dude.
Exactly. Yeah. So we currently streaming on Dirty Raiders channel, Raider Ben, NWA. We multi-streaming, trying to bring content to you guys as much as possible, kind of make this off-season kind of a little bit more exciting than have been in the past. It's already that. And so we're going to bring you guys great content. So make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure you sub to all the channels. So we got content for you. All right, let's get to number 8. Number 8. Darian Porter. I'm going to let you go first, bro. How do you feel about that? Should he be higher on the list at all? What's your thoughts in general?
Porter's all right. I just think that he's we just got him like 2 years ago, right? He's a corner. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's doing okay, but yeah, I think we need to think on the backside. We need to see all these guys step their game up, because last year was just horrible on the backside, bro. Obviously, that's why we drafted who we drafted, and we're bringing these guys in here, right? So, but he might be odd man out right now anyway.
Yeah, that's the word I would use. That was the word I was going to use. He might end up being the odd man out just by default anyway. So, being that he did start last year, a lot of people were talking about Caillou Blue Kelly, but he lost his job to Caillou. He took Caillou's job because they was picking on Caillou. So they was like, well, let's see what Porter can do. They threw Porter in there. He was out there giving up French toast. And so guess what? Consequently, Caillou came back in. But I get it. The guy he's not a natural corner yet. Especially to learn it at the NFL level is very, very hard because of the speed of the game and the skill of the players. But we don't have time to develop this guy. We're bringing in corners right now that have some level of skill. So he might be the odd man out. Now I heard some people say that he should be the other starting corner, which I think is egregious. So I got him number 8 on the list. I don't have him at the bottom 5, but I do have him like odd man out, has him on this list already. And when he gets on the field, he needs to be able to make plays and turn over the ball. Like not only tackle, you need to get some sticks and picks, because if you don't, there's players already out there that's designed to do that.
Right? Well, that's why we drafted who we drafted. That's why we, I mean, it was blatant obvious that that's what needed to happen. We needed to get some new guys back there because the guys that we had weren't getting the job done. Have a good day, Outlaw Triple O.
All right.
Peace out.
Sniper game.
No, that's all good.
Yeah. So Darian Porter. I got Darian Porter on the list at 8. He can get off this list if he decides he's going to go out there and make a name for himself. It's a very competitive defensive back group. Very competitive defensive back group.
Yeah. Well, that's what we needed. We needed to bring competition back there because it seems like everybody's just kind of like, well, last year it seemed like everybody was off on their own little island doing their own little thing. It's like there's no coherency. They weren't working. They weren't gelled. They weren't working in unison, I should say, I guess.
Right.
And that's what we need to do. Like, these guys don't have to be the greatest, but they just got to, be good enough to get the job done. And right now, we don't have anybody good enough to get the job done back there.
Yeah.
Because if we did, we wouldn't have had 4 wins.
Fredo says Porter is a dead piece at this point. Yeah.
Yep.
But now, how far are the depth piece? Because let's say Masses come in and play just as good, if not better than him. Then he's not gonna see the field. Because you went from starting games to now you're competing with rookie draft picks that was picked deep in the draft too. So that's going backwards. And that's why he's on this list at 8. Like I said, he ain't top 5, but he right there at 8. He can get off this list at 8, in my opinion. But once you start getting to 7 and 6, you trending the wrong way. Rated first down say Porter. I don't think he's on the watch list per se. He's coming off his rookie year where he asked to play a lot of cover 3, not his style. So basically, it was a scheme. What we're saying. Was he a rookie last year?
Yeah, I think he was a rookie last year.
Yeah. So
I hate that cover 3 shit anyways, bro. I mean, it just, to me, it's just, you're giving, let's bend, don't break. Yeah, you're giving up 80 yards, and then you're going to shut them down the last 20. Like that you're giving up a lot of yardage, and I know yardage and all that stuff doesn't really matter, but that's a long time for the defense to be on the field, bro.
yeah, I don't think we play cover 3 like all the time. And I see people rationalizing his play. And I don't think there's necessarily a need to do it because when you're a rookie, your numbers are going to look bad unless you just him already.
Right.
So I'm not really mad at Porter about how he played and the scheme and all that. Just the mere fact that his skill level is not at the level of what these guys that we just brought in, which we're about to find out soon in training camp, he's trending in the wrong direction because now you're competing with late round draft picks and you were a starter last year. Or at the least you got playing time in the league already. So you should have the advantage over these players. And that's why, like I said, it's not that I don't like Darian Porter. I don't like the fit for him right now. We don't have the luxury to develop a player like him. We need to develop students.
Right.
Because he's gonna have a time this year. He's going to come out and start, and they're going to be targeting him. And hopefully, what happens is he shut it down by getting a couple picks, because then that's a good way you stop that. Because then you make them stay up at night and then try to figure it out because you only a rookie, right? So we gotta do Stooks. We gotta do Dalton Johnson, Masses. So those are the guys we need to develop. So I think he's the odd man out, man. Nutty says Masses ready got more instinct than Porter. I would have to agree.
Ready, Nader Nate. What up, man? What up, brother?
The Nutty one. All right, let's go. Let's see who's on number 7 on this list. Booker, 4th. Now, see, I like this guy too, out of Stanford. I like him and everything. This guy and the next person really, and let me just go ahead and put them both up here at the same time. And Adam Butler, that interior, that in-ear. Now, when we brought these guys in, we needed some veteran guys that already kind of knew what was going on in there, and we knew that could really play that position. Now that we've had them, what exactly are they giving us? Are they giving us middle play? Because if they're giving us middle play, we're getting that out of Tonka. We're getting that out of Laulu. You know, guys had 4 sacks in the interior last year. I don't remember how many Booker and Butler had, but I know it wasn't more than that, if that. So I can look it up real quick, but these two guys, to me, are on my hit list because they need to step their game up and not allow these new guys take their position because they're coming, they're hungry, and I'm here for it. Actually, I want to see Tonka Hemingway play and Laulu play. So these two guys are on my hit list at 7 and 6. What you think?
Yeah, Butler's just getting a little older, bro. You know what I mean? He did a pretty good job last year, but yeah, if he wants to stay a Raider, we got to get more production out. He's got to take on more double teams, and he's got to do a little bit more on stopping the run. Try to get a little bit more pressure, I guess. But other than that, yeah, I mean, that's all we could ask is, otherwise, like you said, we got a bunch of hungry kids up in here. And, the hungrier they are, the more likely you are to hold on to your job or lose it, Some people just get confident, comfortable.
Yeah, Adam Butler had 50 total tackles last year, 19 solo, 1 sack, and 1 fumble recovery in 15 games. See, we can get that out of one of these new guys.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, right? Look at how many tackles the safeties had, and he had literally like 1/3 of it, a quarter of it, dude. You know what I mean? Like these guys had 100 plus. One guy had 150. The linebackers had a lot. Like, dude, you need to step up over there.
Yeah, and Thomas Booker, he had 44 total tackles, 16 solo, 1 tackle for loss, no sacks, but 7 QB hits, 5 pass deflections, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. See, that's middle of the road. That's mediocre. That's medium yogurt to me. Like,
yeah, but how many plays did he get? How many times did he start? You know what I mean? What's that looking like?
13 starts in 17 games.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. So that's why these guys are on the list.
Yeah, that's why they got to get ready to get on out of here. Yeah, I'd have to agree. Both of these guys they didn't get enough tackles, bro. They didn't get enough production.
So Raider Ben say Porter is a converted wide receiver. He was drafted to be a project who was forced into starting role. I think next year will be his make or break. Yeah, that's why he on this list. Because if he don't make it, he gonna be broke. Because I understand what they were doing because he was a wide receiver, but even in that alone, though, that's an issue. That's an issue for him. Because they saw his athleticism. I get that, right? And that's good because we probably could spend some time with him and make him something. But right now, what we got going, that was a whole nother regime. Kubiak didn't draft him.
It's Pizzle 4420.
Yeah, Ben says he has crazy ball skills, borderline 4.2, and a 6'3" intangibles. What's the 6'3"? Oh, intangibles, and these are just raw prospects that it has to be developed. If the Raiders can start developing players, he'll be in a good place. Yeah, but they don't. That's what I'm saying. They don't have time to develop him, though. They don't. They can try, but when he gets on the field and it don't translate, he gonna have to go. We don't have this year to go through that with him, and next year to go through that with him. Because what we're gonna do is whoever not acting up, who not acting right in our secondary this year, we gonna replace with late round draft picks. Because next year we're gonna probably get D tackle early. We're gonna get a wide receiver early.
Thanks
So
for
all the
sub,
stuff we
mate.
prioritize this year, we're gonna put it on the back burner next year. What you say, bro?
Oh, this guy just said he's going to follow me. I told him thanks for the sub.
Yeah, thanks for the sub. Yeah. So I hope he do his Dougie, his big one. Because if he do, then he'll end up off this list. That's what he can get. He can get from 8 to up out of here. But as far as Thomas Booker and Adam Butler, oh for sure, y'all on the list, Brody. I'm looking at both of y'all because, like I said, we got young guys that we've been putting in there, and if they perform, because let's see how many sacks Tonka had.
During the 2025 NFL
Yes,
season,
right on.
9 games for the Raiders, recording 8 total tackles, 8 solo, 1 assisted, 4.0 sacks, and 1 fumble recovery.
So Tonka played 8 games, had 4 sacks, only 8 tackles, and a fumble recovery. He had 4 sacks, right?
Yeah, we need to get him in the game more. These guys need to be riding the bench more. We're getting that kind of production out of him, then
17
we need
games,
to let him produce some more.
recording 51 total tackles, 24 solo, 27 assisted, 4.0 sacks, and 5 pass deflections.
So Gonalaou played 17 games, 15 starts. He had 51 total tackles, 24 solo, 27 assisted, 4 sacks, and 5 pass deflections. So he played better than Booker and Butler.
Give that guy some more time.
He damn near needs to be starting for real.
Yeah, he needs some more time.
Yeah, yeah. Ben said, I'm with you. He has to compete now, but he's on a rookie deal, and the Raiders will at least try to make it work because he's making pennies. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. Definitely Adam Butler. Dude got paid and became right. Adam Butler has what it says. Adam Butler has hurt more of our players by jumping on celebrating. Let's not forget what if he didn't jump on Wilkins' back and hurt him. Wilkins still be here? Yeah.
No, because Wilkin was doing some funny shit.
Well, yeah, that would have eventually caught up to him, right? Adam Butler wanted to be the guy. I think he hurt Wilkins on purpose. Conspiracy theory.
All right.
So that's the bottom half of the five. Now let's get to the top five, y'all. Cody Lindenberg. Now, linebacker position is a position that we are thin at. And he's probably going to get some opportunities to show. And he's kind of just been that linebacker in the back of your mind that he's there, but he hasn't made that jump yet. And for me, I think he's going to have to make some strides this year because he's been in the system, well, with the team. And maybe with this new system, he'll get a chance to shine. But if not, he's going to have to go. I just don't see how he fits. But he's a depth piece right now. But if we make some moves and get some linebackers, or he don't get hurt, or none of our linebackers get hurt, and he gets to play spot play, then he won't be on this team next year. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, he is a good depth piece. But it's the same thing with Eichenberg or whatever his name is, right? The other guy that we drafted. They're both kind of like, They're both kind of in the mid, So yeah. So that's why we went and got who we got in free agency. Like, let's not get it twisted. There's a reason why we hit free agency for a couple of linebackers. So yeah, I'd like him to be able to step his game up, but yeah, right now he's going to be a depth piece. But when hopefully none of these guys go down, but if they do, then whoever's going to step in is going to have to step up. If you step on the BART, you got to step up.
Yeah, so we got our eye out for him. I'm rooting for him, but he's kind of getting lost in the shuffle, and so he's on the top five. He starts off the top five of this hit list. Who do you guys think it's for? Aiden O'Connell. Now, I know a few of y'all ain't going to like this one. And I'm going to let Pizzle go first on this one. I'm about to go in on y'all peoples.
AOC was definitely one of my picks too. He's definitely got to step it up if he wants to stay around here, because I don't know, he might be able to beat out Kirk Cousins, but we'll see.
Well,
I don't think he's going to beat Fernando Mendoza out, but there's a slim possibility. But yeah, I mean, he's done good for us though. He's won games. We've done all right. What up, Dark? And I don't have, like, my only problem with AOC is he's a statue, dude. He's not very mobile. And but if it's possible we get the right kind of line, then maybe he could be effective. He's kind of accurate, but he's he's just, I don't know. I don't believe in him as much as some people do.
oh,
Gerald thinks he's underrated, but all right.
underrated. Okay, let me hurry up and lose a couple subscribers real quick. Aiden O'Connell, y'all. I know y'all like Aiden. I do. I know a lot of y'all like him. He's a likable guy. He's a likable guy, obviously, because he keeps impressing. He keeps impressing the coaches that come in, whether it's AP, Pete Carroll, even our new guy,
Clint
Kubiak. Yeah, Kubiak. So I get it. He's probably a good kid, married, everything, smart, does his homework, but you play the game on the field, right? And then when he get on the field, yeah, he shows that he can play the game. He just shows that he can't play for long periods of time. We've had AOC for so long, and I don't know why we keep saying, let's kick the tires on AOC. AOC just started 17 games. 17 games. You beat the Chiefs. No, he didn't beat the Chiefs. Well, I guess by not losing the game like he did the previous time when he made JPJ the scapegoat because he asked for the ball and fumbled it and kicked it. We want to forget that. But then he beat the Chiefs last year, the third string quarterback, and we won with 5 field goals. Like I said, we couldn't even score 16 points last year. But AOC is cool, but he keeps falling in the depth chart. He's not better than Kirk Cousins. He's not better than Fernando. So he's not trending up, he's trending down. And that's why he's on this list. And unfortunately, he's gonna have to go. We need to do something because his contract is running up and send him somewhere like we did Jarrett Stidham. I'm sorry, he's Jarrett Stidham 2.0. I tried to tell people this a long time ago about AOC. AOC get in the game. He's a statue. We need quarterbacks that's somewhat mobile because even the quarterback that just won the Super Bowl, he wasn't that mobile.
We
But he
need a
knew
scrambler at least. We need a scrambler at the least.
And AOC don't know how to fall. The boy fall and bruised his knee and he got airlifted. Had the air cast on and had to bring the helicopter to get him. And he fought back and came back a couple weeks or the next week. I'm like, didn't we just cut you off last week? Then he fall on his other knee. He come on, man. We know he don't even know how to fall athletically. So AOC, even if we started him today, I promise you by week 4, week 5, he will not be the quarterback. So he is on my list. Sorry, AOC fans, but I hate to be the one that tell y'all the truth, but somebody got to tell you. Let's go to the comments because I'm sure they ain't gonna like this. Let's see. AOC can finally solidify his position or get the boot. Yeah, solidify it where? We went and drafted a franchise quarterback over him while he's on the roster. So that already tell you he's a backup. And so even if in the backup that he's the person he's the backup to is a backup to a veteran. So now he's 3 steps away from playing. So even if one get hurt, he still ain't playing. Unless for whatever reason we really not gonna play Mendoza at all, which I don't think, barring injury, knock on wood if you with me, if Kirk Cousins don't get hurt, which he's proven he can play season without getting injured, then when is ALC gonna get on the field? I'm telling y'all, he's the scout team quarterback. Sorry. Scout team quarterback.
Feelings. We're gonna hurt some feelings today on AOC. Not sorry.
Yeah, see, unfortunately, he won't get his chance to start over here. Okay, Ben, I see you. You like AOC too.
Is it unfortunate or is it fortunate?
AOC all-time leading scorer in a game in Raiders history. That's nice. Congratulations. At least you're in
one game.
You're a Raider. You're a Raider for life.
Right. Yeah, one good game. We got to put him in the Hall of Fame on that shit because he scored 63. I don't even think he scored 63. The team scored 63. He scored like 40 or 42 or something.
His arm is better than Mendoza's and Kirk Cousins. Hold on. A lie detector determined that was a lie because I've seen AOC underthrow so many passes. He can be accurate sometimes. And plus, anyway, even if his arm was stronger, does that really mean anything if you can't throw the ball or get the ball off or you're injured and can't play? Like I'm not saying he don't have attributes because he does, but he just very limited and he's trending backwards.
Yeah, Gerald, they said that about Derek Carr too. Oh, if we let Derek Carr go, he's gonna go win a Super Bowl. How'd that work out?
Raider Bed says, I am an AOC guy, but yeah, I agree. He's the odd man out here. Yeah. Yeah.
And even Sam Darnold could scramble better than AOC, bro.
Right. He got way better pocket awareness than AOC.
So, yeah.
Hey, what's up with you? He says AOC or QB3. I ain't really tripping off what he do. Ain't no QB3 on any team expected to be good. Right. And I agree. So I wish people would stop acting like he can be good or he is good. That's my whole point. Why are y'all keep talking about this perennial backup third string quarterback like he got a chance? Why y'all doing that? Why is y'all doing that?
Because they got delusions. They like him because we drafted him. I get it. We drafted him, but just because we drafted him, he ain't a winner, bro. You know, he ain't gonna take us to where we want it, where we're trying to go. I mean, you know, let's be honest. If he's taking us where we need to go, we won fucking 3 games last year, 4 games.
He said ALC would be better than Carr with the same line.
That's not saying much, just so you understand that.
Yeah, you said that to the wrong person. You said that to you. Or maybe you were saying it to me, but I don't believe that. Sorry. But let's get to number 3, y'all. And then we can go over the list and you guys can tell me how you feel about it. Make sure y'all hit the like button if y'all really agree with it for the most part. Hit the thumbs down if you don't. All right, here's number 3. Here's the top 3, y'all. Jordan Meredith. Ooh. That line, the old line is a competitive line right now, too. Y'all see Trey Zoom the third all over the place and people talking about, oh, he's going to take this person's job and he's going to do this and do that. And he might very well. Like, my opinion is he might not start at the beginning of the year, but if he get in that game because somebody get injured and he go in there and start putting in work, he not coming off the field. And if he do come off the field, he going to be right back on it. I promise you, he going to be that 6th lineman. And Jordan Meredith, I don't know how I like the guy, but for what we're trying to do, I don't know if he fit. Now, I hear, and I need Nutty Ready Nate to hack in on this one, is the new zone scheme going to help this guy? Because I might think it is, because he's a smart guy. That's not the issue. But can he physically get it done? And he needs to show it. He's had opportunities. They keep putting him in there. So he started over JPJ last year. So what Gerald say, he should have left with Kappa.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with him on that. That's for sure. Yeah, Meredith should have never been playing center last year either. I mean, this was our main problem with the whole offensive line and the whole offense last year, besides Chip Kelly, is just the way that they had the offensive line all debauched and scrambled up. You know, and then they didn't even want to fix it. They were like, "Oh, let's just leave it all. Let's leave it the worst it could be." And then, you know, we obviously see Meredith couldn't handle the center position, but yet we kept putting him in it. We kept letting him run at center. Like, you know, the year before, I think he played guard or something, and he was pretty decent over there. But didn't Glaze take his job?
Yeah, so I seen something. Dark said these are biased picks. Quit hiding all y'all favorite players and throw them in the mix. Like who? Tell me somebody that where I'm hiding or Fizzle's hiding that need to be on this list that's not on this list. Like the player that I'm hiding. I started the list with a player that I really, really like a lot. I was a Pall Mall proponent from day one. So I put him on this list first, and I think I have
we
another.
can put Colton Miller on this list. We can put Colton Miller on here. If you
So
want
y'all
to do
think if
what
Cole Miller have a bad year this year, he gonna be off the team next year?
What have you done for me lately? He's getting
So
old and he's been injured. It might be his time.
So who's
Might be
gonna
your
play
time to
left
take him
tackle?
out to the field. You know, Old Yeller. You know what we have to do with Old Yeller.
So who plays left tackle then?
Then we might have to put your boy Coon over there.
So we're gonna put a rookie over there or a second year player that has spot.
Yeah, we might have to wait. Well, hopefully, Colton Miller will be all right. But I'm just worried about how the last few years he's been beat up and he hasn't been able to even finish the year, bro. So
He could have came back. He could have came back last year though, for sure.
Yeah, no, I know we let him sit out, right? But
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it would have made much of a difference if we brought him in. I mean, that was the whole point.
Yeah. Avoid him getting injured again.
Right.
Yeah, good point, LA. He said that the AOC is an emotional attachment. He was with us through the Josh McDaniel debacle. Yeah, and he's probably a really good kid though, for real. So is Gerald the one said that we hiding our players? Is that who it was?
Dark. That was Dark.
Oh, Dark. Oh.
Yeah, he's always fucking around.
Oh, is he? I gotta get to understand your humor. I guess it's Dark, right?
Yeah. Well.
Nutty Raider Nate said Jordan doesn't get a spot on 30 other teams. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ouch. Ouch. I hope you ain't trolling. Let me see. Zay says, I'm cool with replacing Colton next year, but you ain't going to find your replacement anywhere but the first round next year. That's true. Yep. Lindenberg is gone based on being a Buckeye product. Yeah, the Michigan man. You might be right. He might be the odd man out because of that. Okay, so we've exhausted the list. We've got 2 more players left. Let's see who they are. I think I seen the person somebody said earlier. Where is Koonce? Malcolm Koonce, number 2. Pizzle.
Yeah, I hate to say it, man. I hate to say it, but yeah, he's got to step up his game. I know last year or the year before he was hurt, and then last year was his first year back. And they say it usually takes about a year for you to get comfortable on your leg again, on your shock absorber, because it was his knee, and get used to that bend and trusting that bend and stuff. So, yeah, we definitely need to get more sacks out of him. Definitely need to get some more just all around better play from him, stopping the run, tackles for loss. We just need him to show up more than he did the last year.
Oh yeah, for sure. This guy, he got a chance to get 2 bites at the apple. Because last year it was supposed to be a prove it deal, and we had so much infliction that we gave him a chance for a little less to prove it. And like you said, it could have been nothing more than, okay, cool. You got to play a year. Now you can get your confidence. You should have got your confidence back last year. And like I keep saying, everybody was mad, but he got outplayed last year by why? As soon as players leave our team, I forget their name. What's his name that went to the Saints? Tyree Wilson. Yeah, Tyree Wilson. They played comparable, and so we got caught up in how well he played those last 6 games or whatever. To get Antonio Pierce's a chance to be the head coach and give him a chance to earn a contract. We're looking for that guy. So now this year, if he's not that guy, if he doesn't double his sack totals, like a lot of people, I did a poll, they expect 10 or more. I think he had 4 last year, 4.5. So we need 9 sacks out of you, bro. Because if not, you already have a guy that's sitting back there waiting to replace you, Keyron Crawford, which he's been quiet since he took his mental reps. I ain't heard nothing about him since then, but you got players that's coming in that's going to take your position. So if Malcolm Koonce do not show up this year, he will not have a spot on this team next year.
Yeah, like Dark says right here, the complacency thing. Oh no, it's a compensation part. Okay, I thought he said complacency, like how the Raiders are complacent with a lot of these players, right? But I think we have to be complacent with them right now because we can't just fire the whole roster. We can't just throw it all away. We got to keep some of these guys around until next year when we can draft some more and then pick up some more people in free agency and get rid of the people that aren't doing what we need them to do, other than what we would be doing in the last 20, 30 years is we just keep these guys around. And because we're like complacent with their play, like there's no one been really the the insanees have been running the insane asylum, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Like the organization at the top hasn't been cracking the whip.
I agree with you, Zay. We should have kept Chase on. That's what I was thinking at when we made that move. You also said we can't find a diamond in the rough in the late for that position in the later rounds. But left tackle, I mean, he said you can find diamonds in the rough in the later rounds, but you can't do that with left tackles. All the top 10 left tackles were drafted. So when you said that we can get rid of Colton Miller, okay, I don't think that's smart, but let's just say that we do that, right? What are we going to replace him with? And you came with a solution, and you came with a viable solution, not just something that just kind of make Madden sense. I'm talking about, okay, cool. If we do get rid of a Colton Miller and we can trade him and get some value out of him, we definitely got to go get top tier right now left tackle and then just grin and bear it, right? So that's a viable solution. So I'm not with that, but I can appreciate that and I respect that. So we'll be on the lookout for that. What's up with Jack Kennan? So who do you guys think is the number one person? Who do you think is number one on this list that you don't remember?
I think it's Max Crosby.
Max Crosby? You don't think he'll be on this? You don't think he'll be on this team if he doesn't perform this year?
I don't know, dude. I mean, we tried to get rid of him this last year. This year, right now, we just tried to get him out of here. I don't know, how much he really still wants to be a Raider. I know that he's still here, but I don't know, and I don't really know how much of all that stuff that went on supposedly with him and Tom Brady is real or not real last year. I mean, some of it had to be real at some point because they were looking to draft him. So, but I don't know if that friction is going to be washed away, right? Or just because it is, or if they've sat down and talked it out or whatever. Because two grown men could sit down and talk and hash some stuff out, and still be able to work together. But some people can't do that. So it just depends on for me, it depends on how and what happens this year, because Crosby said multiple times he don't want to rebuild. He don't want to rebuild. He don't want to rebuild. But we've been rebuilding his whole career.
I just don't think we've been rebuilding to a level like this. And
no, I agree. I agree that the coaching staff and the coach and everything and what we're building is better than anything we built in the past, probably decade. But we have to see if it comes to fruition still.
oh, Elijah said Max needs to show up or go. Zay said Max ain't gonna have no trade value next year. I don't know why Spytech still ain't trade him after the Baltimore thing. He said the kicker, not AJ Cole, he's secure, but the free agent kicker who came in before Tokyo Toe. Okay, that's a good guess right there.
Yeah, but Tokyo
Let's
Toe, his longest kick is 52 yards or something. We need somebody with a bigger leg than that.
let's see who's the number one. Dylan Lobby.
Oh, okay.
He's definitely gonna be out of here. He don't perform because we have two good running backs in Washington and Genty, and then Hemby. Where does Dylan Lobby go? Unless he goes to the special teams and stay there, and I don't even think that's going to be viable for him because we're bringing in specialists to play special teams, and we have a lot of athletes on this team. So I think Dylan Lobby really is on the sizzle seat. Like his seat is so sizzling, it's like Benny Hanna's right now.
Yeah, he's definitely on the hot seat. He was okay, but like, yeah, we need to get these running backs. We need to get these running backs on hit, and with Washington coming in, and then the other guy that we got from Indiana, yeah, I don't think he's gonna be around, dude. I don't think he's gonna make it.
You don't think who's going to make it?
Dylan Lobby.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he's gonna make it. We got so many other options and stuff, man. Like, and our room is really good right now, man.
Yeah, that running back room is very strong. So I can see him having a very hard time retaining his services. And I know he's a locker room favorite too. And they like him. But he's just not going to be able to get it done unless he have a super breakout year, like super breakout year.
Yeah, I mean, I like the guy too, but liking him and like you don't keep a guy around your job, right? If you're the owner of a company, you don't keep a guy around that you like and he's not producing nothing for you. I mean, if you don't keep him around to talk to you. You're not keeping him around to be your friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to get some stuff out of these guys, and that's where we're at. Like, it seems like these guys are all want to hang out and be pals and stuff, and be buddy with the coaches and everything, and that's cool. But at the same time, we got a job to do.
Mm-hmm. We do have a couple honorable mentions, and the first one is Matt A with the G being silent, like the kicker that's coming in that we signed. If you already, he definitely should be on this. He ain't even on the sizzle seat. He already sizzling because everybody want to get a kicker that can only kick 52 yards or 54 yards or whatever, 52 yards. And he's already being replaced by this guy. And I'm like, we don't need neither one of them. We need a kicker that can kick 55-yard plus, 55, 56, 57, 58, bust a 59er. You know what I'm saying? We need those kind of kickers. That's what the league is. And using these helium moon balls to kick with, and we got a guy that can only kick 52 yards. So I don't know how we make that make sense because we like the guy.
Right.
We like his story.
Nope. Like, I think that yeah, we got to be able to kick it from the 50 minimum, bro, and that's a 60-yard field goal because you got to look at it goes 10 yards, right, from the 50 to the goalpost is 60 yards.
So it's a
63. That'd be a 63-yarder or something, 65-yarder. Because
so it's 17 yards. It's 10 yards for the goal line, 7 yards for the snap to the holder, 17 yards. So we at the 43, that's a 60-yard field goal right there. So you got, like you said, the kicker standing on the 50.
Yep.
You got to be able to hit that.
Yep. All day. Like the Polish cannon.
He said, no, we need somebody that hits 70. Hey, if Janikowski was kicking in with today's ball, they'd have been like, we cheating.
Well, there is a big guy that was in the NCAA last year that was just as big as Janikowski, maybe even bigger. I can't remember what team he was playing on, but he's a big. He puts the boot to it, dude. He's definitely got a leg. I don't know if he got
Hey,
drafted or not.
Gerald, you never like this is what we used to say on our team. You gotta have toenail. To
Yeah.
kick something like that, you gotta have toe. Yeah, you need toenail. You feel me? Because you can't just go out there and be accurate though. That's the thing. Not only get it there, you gotta be accurate. And so we just gonna throw this guy in there, the Tokyo Toe, because we want to wear his jersey with Japanese letters on there that we don't know what it say. Might say 2 egg rolls on it, and you don't even know. And you just gonna sit there and be like Tokyo Toe, Tokyo Toe.
It should say trust no bitch on there. That's what it should say.
Man.
In Tokyo.
So I don't know. So I don't know about that. So I guess the other guy that I could put on the honorable mention list is, for me, Caleb Rogers. Competition on that O-line. He did not play well last year at all. And I don't know. I ran the numbers off last night or our last show about Caleb Rogers. I can go get him again. And he was not performing well at all. And sure, it could be whatever because of last year or whatnot. Him and Charles Grant was always in direct competition. Well, I guess not direct competition, but somewhat competition. And Grant is trying to make a move, and Zune is going to make a move. And DJ Glaze, who's on this list, he's not trying to be pushed out and be the odd man out or get sent somewhere. So Caleb Rogers is on notice this year. He will get his chance. I think most all linemen get their chance to play at some point. Look at Dark. I'm done. You know what, y'all? I'm a Raider. I'm a Raider for the Bay to LA to Las Vegas.
I'm a raider from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. Recipes to Al Davis.